Hi guys. Today I wanted to show you all of the books that I got at Barnes & Noble for $108 with 60 cents. When I purchased all of these books, I bought them during the time they were having 50% off all of their hardcovers. I bought them December 26th, so a day after Christmas. So I was able to get 7 books, and I wanted to show you what they were. Starting with the nonfiction books, the first one I got is The Period Brain, The New Science of Why We PMS and How to Fix It, by Sarah E. Hill, a doctor, PhD. One of the reasons I got this book is because this has the research necessary for me to understand my body a little bit better and our reproductive systems as women. I think this is a really good start. Let me tell you a little bit about this author. Sarah E. Hill, PhD, is the author of This Is Your Brain on Birth Control: How the Pill Changes Everything. I've never read that book before. She's an award-winning researcher who has spent most of her 20-plus year career studying women, relationships, and health. In addition to having established an award-winning health and relationships lab at Texas Christian University, she has published nearly 100 academic research articles. That's pretty impressive. She's a sought-out-after public speaker and sits on the scientific advisory boards for women's health companies such as Flow and 28 Wellness. Her research is regularly covered by national media such as the Washington Post, the New York Times, and many others, and is regularly published in high prestigious journals, including the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Psychoneuroendocrinology, Psychological Science, and Health Psychology. When choosing this book, I really just had to read about this author, and that was pretty convincing. This book was $14.99 on sale. The original price was $30. Another book that I purchased was A Woman's Guide to Pelvic Floor Health in Every Age and Stage, and it's called Floored, by Dr. Sarah Reardon, creator of The Vagina Whisperer. Another book I have not read, but look at the cover. It's so cute. I got this book for $15, and the original was $30 as well. Since 2007, Dr. Sarah Reardon has been caring for people's pelvic floors as a doctor of physical therapy, board-certified pelvic floor physical therapist, and women's health clinical specialist. She is the founder of The Vagina Whisperer, an online on-demand pelvic floor workout platform for pregnancy, postpartum, menopause, painful sex, and pelvic floor strengthening. As a Vagina Whisperer on Instagram and TikTok, she has hundreds and thousands of followers. Sarah lives in her hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana, with her husband and 2 children. Well, The Vagina Whisperer. I guess that's another book to check out. But that's another book that I got. And then the third book is Replaceable You: Adventures in Human Anatomy, by Mary Roach. This book cost $14.49, and the original price was $28.99. You can go ahead and read the summary. The body is the most complex machine in the world, and the only one for which you cannot get a replacement part from the manufacturer. For centuries, medicine has reached for what's available, sculpting noses from brass, borrowing skin from frogs, and hearts from pigs, crafting eye parts from jet canopies, and breasts from petroleum byproducts. Today, we're attempting to grow body parts from scratch using stem cells and 3D printers, How are we doing? Are we there yet? In Replaceable You, Mary Roach explores the remarkable advances and difficult questions prompted by the human body's fallings. When and how does a person decide they'll be better off with a prosthetic than their existing limb? Can a donated heart be made to beat forever? Can an intestine provide a workable substitute for a vagina? Oh, I never heard of that. Roach dives in with her characteristic verve and infectious wit. Her travels take her to the OR at a legendary burn unit in Boston, a super clean xenopigsty in China, and a stem cell hair nursery in the San Diego Tech Hub. She talks with researchers and surgeons, amputees and osteomates, printers of kidneys, and designers of wearable organs. She spends time on a working iron lung from the 1950s, stays up all night with recovery techs as they disassemble and reassemble a tissue donor. Wow. And travels across Mongolia with the cataract surgeons of Orbis International. Irrepressible and accessible, Replaceable You immerses readers in the wondrous, improbable, and surreal quest to build a new you. This sounded interesting to me. I didn't want to purchase a whole bunch of fiction books or a whole bunch of thriller books. I kind of wanted to start to dive into other genres. Hopefully make my reading a little bit more diverse. But going on to the fiction books, the first one that we have is The Picasso Heist, and it's a thriller by Howard Ruggin. I think I'm saying that right. And James Patterson. This is what it looks like. So $16. The original was $32. Let's see. This is what it looks like inside. I did notice, I briefly looked through it, and the chapters are very small, which I kind of like because it's easier to breeze through. And it says, $100 million painting. A previous unknown Picasso is discovered in the attic of a French villa. Everyone wants to possess it. Filthy rich Manhattan art people, organized crime bosses, power-hungry government officials, a notorious forger, a glamorous 22-year-old art thief. Only one person knows how to take it. She's the rival none of the power players see coming. And this has really good reviews. So I'm excited to read something like that. Next up is Frida McFadden, The Intruder. I love Frida McFadden. I read the entire Housemaid series. I bought another couple books of hers, and this is one of them. This one was $13.99 on sale, and the original was $27.99. Oh my god, what is she hiding? And then, so this feels a little glossy, but then when you get into this shattered part here, it's a little bit more rough, more of like a nice sensory feeling here. Who knows what the storm will blow in? Casey's cabin in the wilderness is not built for a hurricane. Her roof shakes, the lights flicker, and the tree outside her front door sways ominously in the wind. But she's a lot more worried about the girl she discovers lurking outside her kitchen window. She's young, she's alone, and she's covered in blood. The girl won't explain where she came from or loosen her grip on the knife in her right hand. And when Casey makes a disturbing discovery in the middle of the night, things take a turn for the worse. The girl has a dark secret, one she'll kill to keep. And if Casey gets too close to the truth, she may not live to see the morning. I'm excited. Cool. I have two more, and then we'll be done. The next one is Rescue at the Reef. The miraculous true story of a little boy with big faith. This one was $14 and the original price is $28. This is what it looks like. A shark attack. Unexpected, uncontrollable, unpredictable. In that moment, the readers, Reeders, so I guess that's their last name, had no way to be prepared. No plan for what to do next, and no way of knowing what an extraordinary journey lay ahead. A 2-week vacation to the Florida Keys meant Mary and Jameson Sir could share the beauty of their favorite turquoise blue waters with their 4 children. On that serene day at Loy Key Reef, after they finished lunch on boat, their oldest 10-year-old, Jameson Jr., was swimming among the marine life, capturing breathtaking footage of a sea turtle, until a massive bull shark attacked. 9 miles from shore and even farther from a hospital, their son weakened after the shark had ripped skin, muscle, and bone from his leg. The readers prayed for help, and it came through a miraculous chain of events. Rescue at the Reef is a true story of a young boy who defied death with an unshakable faith in the power of Jesus to save him. Even in immense suffering, he focused on caring for those around him, making them feel seen and encouraged with his kindness. His unshakable peace made an impact on patients and visitors, and his story quickly spread, drawing the attention of strangers with the media. With reflections on faith, suffering, and hidden gifts that often go unnoticed, Rescue at the Reef is a living reminder that with God, even the most fearsome challenges can be faced and conquered. This unforgettable story will leave you on the edge of your seat, inspired by the ripple effects of hope that overcome impossible odds. And this is a boy. Yep. That's great. I feel like this is a book we should, or many people should probably read, including myself. So this is why I got it. The last book, $9.99. The original, I believe, was $20. Yeah, $20. This is called You Are the Detective, The Creeping Hand Murder. Oh, I just realized that I included Rescue at the Reef with the fiction books. My bad. This is the Solve It Yourself mystery by Maureen Johnson and Jay Cooper. So that's what it looks like. So basically, this is like a whole case. You're a detective. They give you all this evidence, and you basically solve the case. So this is all your evidence. This is all what you're going to go read through. And then at the end, once you think you have solved the mystery murder, you can open this envelope, and it's sealed with a creepy hand sticker. So that's really cool. I started reading a little bit just to kind of see where this was headed. And I really like this. This is really cool. Hopefully I can solve the mystery. I definitely want to sit down and work through this book. Maybe all in one sitting. Maybe go to Starbucks for a few hours and do it. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, so I was able to get 7 books for $108.60 on sale. I think if I wouldn't have gotten these on sale, I would have probably only had 3 or 4. So definitely take advantage of your sales. Okay, thanks.